Are light workers on the new earth, or does it happen in our next incarnation?
We're the Pleiadians, and let's define the new earth the way that we see it. We don't believe that you must leave the planet and reincarnate in order to experience the new earth. As a matter of fact, we look at that definition as somewhat limited because the new earth is already present. What many of you are experiencing is the crossroads between choosing the old and choosing the new. And to some degree, the new has not fully formed or been able to hold vibrationally simply because there's been some instabilities there. But what we see is many of the instabilities are now taking place in the old earth. So some of you are moving so quickly into the new that you can't even realize how beneficial it is to be here at this time. As a soul who's moving so quickly through space and time to move to a new dimension, it is sometimes difficult to see in the present moment the changes that are taking place. But we certainly see them. In other words, what we recognize as the split of timelines is not necessarily a different Earth, but a different organization of humans and magnetizing experiences that have similarities. This is already happening to some degree within your friendships and family members, but also on the planet as a whole. And we see a resistant force that is going to push this along a bit further. You are either going to choose to be a part of one experience and conform to that, or you are going to choose to be a part of another experience that is gaining steam and co-creating as we speak. The way that humans incarnate and leave the planet is even changing through this transition. And we want to speak to that for a moment because we know many of you concern about this. Have I served my karma? Will I come back and experience the same timeline again? And remember, when we look at the grids, there has been an encapsulated Earth for a very long time. That encapsulation affected humans incarnating, not because they had to come back as humans and face their karma again, but because they knew it was necessary in order to move the Earth beyond it. So there was a desire for humans upon transitioning and seeing what they had witnessed and experienced on the planet to actually reincarnate and choose those patterns again to play them out differently. But as the new grid has become stable, it is somewhat of an exit point from that decision. As a matter of fact, we see there have been many evolved souls, earthly, that have chosen this as their very last incarnation on Earth, because it is a pivot point for Gaia, and she is moving into a new galactic position where she will be influenced by other planets and star systems and receive new Akashic access. So the doors are opening to a new Earth as you speak, or as we speak, but the transition of a soul no longer requires it to come back and replay the karma of the past for that to happen. And that's the beauty of what many of you who incarnated at this time have achieved. You often look at yourselves as not being of service yet, or accomplishing something that you needed to in this lifetime. But just being willing to incarnate and be present here at this time on the planet set in motion a chain of events that caused this new grid system to ground and land. And that in itself is very phenomenal for us and many others, and should be to you. So as you continue to move through space and time and transition beyond the Earth, it will be your choice to come back to the Earth and repattern yourself to things that you know will further future generations, or perhaps to move to other star systems and planets that can utilize your Earth experiences in a different way.